Ladies and gentlemen, the Killer Elite would like to present to you another episode of the Rope Talk. Our host today is myself, Gabriel Pierce, Simon Highland, and we have a special guest from the Hate Mob, Kanisha Murphy. Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
And we will probably be introducing our other host in here, Lee, in a little bit. He's not on at the moment, but we'll get started without him. So we'll start with Monday Night Raw. We'll go through Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. We'll rate both shows and see who's the winner this week. So,
yep.
So I like the beginning of Raw, the video package they had.
I like the new music as well.
You liked what?
I like the new music.
Oh yeah, the music was sick with it. Like the video package was amazing.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
They definitely gone all out this time, which is nice.
Which is kind of putting SmackDown on like a second shelf.
I don't know. SmackDown's was pretty good. I prefer the music.
Yeah, but like they're not doing what Raw's doing. I know they want to be different, but Raw has been so good 2 weeks in a row.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it doesn't feel like they're keeping up.
Well, I don't know. There was we'll go into it in a minute with when we go into SmackDown, but I think there's bits throughout SmackDown that I really liked.
But I mean that's every show we watch. There's clips in it that we really like, but
I mean about the production and things like that. So
about the production, okay.
Yeah. Which I think SmackDown won this week on the production side of things.
Gotcha. All right, well we'll go into the first segment. Sasha Banks comes out, and she got a pretty nice pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
Which was good to see. Her stock hasn't dropped at all, even from her being injured.
No, you can see it in her face as well. How happy she is that she's where she is. Like it's not forced. She's not faking anything with her expressions. She's genuinely really really happy to be where she is.
Yeah, she's definitely appreciative.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely. When the crowd was saying you deserve it, like you could see it in her face that she really appreciated that.
Yeah, and that's on like the biggest stage, and she got that down in NXT.
Yeah.
But like this is a whole nother level. The fact that she's transitioning.
I think fans really like the way she respects Eddie Guerrero and what she does.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fans really appreciate that.
I'm all for that. Eddie was my favorite wrestler of all time, so I'm all over her train. So.
Yeah.
I think that's her biggest ace in the hole right there. Is because she does pay that homage to him, and is so blatant that you can't do anything but respect it. So I think that has a lot to do with why she is so over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love she did the lie, cheat, steal thing.
Yeah.
With Dana the other week. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. And then so Charlotte comes out, confronts her, and they have their little back and forth thing.
Charlotte
she had good promos this week. She's normally not that great on the mic.
She did have good promos this week. I just don't like what she's wearing. And those.
I love the hair.
She doesn't need She doesn't need those extensions.
Yeah, but
her hair's naturally.
It was still nice.
I didn't like it at all. I really didn't. She's trying to be way too much like her dad.
As the woman of the group, let's talk about the outfit, okay? The Renaissance fair thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
She's trying to be her dad from 30 years ago.
Right. But I will say her promo was awesome. I think Sasha was really shaky. Sasha was really shaky when she started, like before Charlotte came out. I think with Charlotte being out there, it made her a little bit more comfortable. But with her talking by herself, it was a little shaky.
I think it's because she's getting overwhelmed, like she's genuinely she's not one of these superficial women that gets like Eva Marie that gets selected just because they're hot. Like she started when she was 9 or 10. She started training when she was watching wrestling, and then she went down on the independents. And a lot of people don't know she was wrestling men on the independents.
Yep.
And like she genuinely has a passion for the business, and so now that she's there and she's on the biggest stage, you can see that she's milking every second because she loves it, and I think she's just getting overwhelmed a bit. So I think that confidence will come with time, You got to remember, she's only been in the business for 3 years.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing for me that if I could change anything with Sasha is the quote unquote boss gimmick, because it's so not her. It's so far from who she is, and kind of, you know what I'm saying?
It worked when she was a heel down on NXT.
Right. Exactly. With her being super duper over right now, I really think they need to incorporate more of her quirkiness that she has, because she's a nerd like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they need to start incorporating a little bit of that to make her more personable, you know, to make it more believable. Yeah. And throw away those godforsaken Party City jewelry things. Oh, God. Hate it.
Yeah.
I could get on board with that.
I was shocked when Jericho came out.
Well, she had her little back and forth. She had a pretty priceless quote about Flair.
Yeah.
So she kind of drilled into Charlotte. That was kind of nice. Jericho coming out, he's like, quiet, and he just keeps repeating himself. I'm loving this new Jericho, and he always seems to reinvent himself. Just something different every time.
That's the one thing I love more than anything about Jericho is it doesn't matter what era the wrestling is. He adapts and he makes himself relevant. And if there's anything you can teach these new stars coming through, is watch Jericho from day one to now. Just watch him and how he adapts to the surroundings and to the business. It's awesome. Like no one else in the business has done it as well as him.
Yeah, and then he got the crowd chanting "stupid idiot," which is freaking amazing. But
he's very underappreciated, I will say, for what he has done for the business.
He should win a couple more world titles. Even at his age, he can still go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I wished he was over on SmackDown, is he'd get that opportunity to win a few more.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, him being on Raw. But so then Enzo comes out. That kind of shocked me. I kind of popped up for a second. I love Enzo. I think we all do. The dude is freaking gold on the mic, and then you have Jericho, who's gold on the mic.
I just want to see this feud for their fucking promos.
My God, that's gonna be crazy.
I don't care. I don't care about the in-ring thing because Enzo's not that great. Enzo's not that great in the ring, but you put those two on the mic, man. You could sell tickets just for that.
Well, it was just like the Cena Rock.
Yeah,
they didn't mesh well in the ring, but on the mic and the build-up, the year build-up, and the mic stuff was just absolutely amazing.
The rock concert and the rap thing was all fucking awesome.
Yeah, so like I agree. Enzo hasn't been able to showcase his talent in a singles match.
No, because he has to always hot tag Big Cass in.
Yep.
Right.
Which works down in NXT, but they need to showcase his skills more because he's not bad in the ring.
Yeah, so Enzo starts hitting on Sasha, which I thought was
awesome.
Cool. It was amazing.
Yeah. And then you have Jericho and Charlotte made that the quote that he's soft.
Yeah.
There's only one word to describe. I started laughing hard when they said that. I was like, that was awesome. They called him a hip hop hobbit, and I was busting a gut the whole time I was watching it. And then Foley comes out. Crowd is freaking all over Foley's sack.
Before that, there was a point where Charlotte was going to say something during when they were going, "How you doing?" to each other. Charlotte was going to butt in, and Jericho stopped her.
Yeah.
He grabbed her arm and said, "Not yet."
When I tell you, Jericho is like the ultimate professional when it comes to selling anything, whether it's a promo, whether it's a in-ring. He's amazing because he knows timing perfectly. He knows the reaction of the crowd. He knows when to speak. If you're in the ring with him, he's going to not only make himself look good, but he's going to make you look good.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Jericho.
But it comes out through his work too. When he had that match against Neville, Neville broke his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, he flips out on the ref.
Yeah, it was like ring the bell.
That was perfect.
And and I was like, dude, that shows his passion for it because he was telling the ref to do something in the match and to keep the other wrestler safe. And I was like, that's quality right there.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely.
I loved the whole segment. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was gold.
Yeah, it would be interesting if they could do something with Sasha and Enzo, like couple-wise, bring that into the fold. Kind of like what they used to do with Trish and Jericho.
Yeah.
I'll sign up for that. I'll sign up for that.
Yeah, exactly, right? But yeah, Foley comes out to the big pop, and the crowd freaking loves him.
Everyone loves Foley.
Yeah. You can't hate Foley.
You can't hate Foley. The guy is a living, breathing legend. Like,
yeah.
For someone
and he plugs the
everything,
the Holy Foley show.
Everything.
Which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. And then he makes the mixed tag match.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was so happy that they did it because I saw it coming. Of course, when Enzo came out, I was like, they're going to do a tag match. Please let this happen. And when he did it, I was like, I turned into like a 13-year-old little girl when I was in. I literally stood up and was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. I'm happy because I can't remember the last time they did a mixed tag match.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been over 10 years, probably.
It has been a while. And I loved it because you got people in there that can go. So even if Sasha hits a move, or Charlotte hits a move, the guys are going to sell it anyway. So, and it's at that time now where you've got the women wrestlers that you can trust to do that now. Whereas before, I don't think they've had that ability. No disrespect to them, because it's tough to be a wrestler, but I don't think the company itself have had the faith in the women's wrestling until now.
Right. Because they haven't really had a lot of real women wrestlers. You've either had you've had Lita, who's in a class of her own, or you've had the women that are like the China and Jazz category, just the powerhouses, or you've had the models and strutting around flipping. Yeah. So
Natty is a rare breed.
Yeah. Natty's in that Lita category because she's an actual, to me, wrestler.
I'm not. I don't like Lita. I really don't. Not Lita. Natty. I really don't like her. I just don't like her. Like, she doesn't suit being a heel for a start.
No, I don't.
And I think she's clean in the ring, but she has a very limited moveset. Yeah,
well, that's because she keeps it to like a core. Yeah, it's like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I've never been. I don't know what it is. It's just something I can't.
I can probably tell you what it is with Natty though. She's a mat wrestler, and she really doesn't have any depth to her personality. She has that nurturing personality, and
I think it is a personality thing. I love mat wrestling. Like I'm from the UK. That's right. All we do. But like it. Mat wrestling is great, but I just don't know what it is. Maybe it is her personality. I don't know. It's just something about her I just can't invest in.
She's definitely one-dimensional.
Yeah.
One-dimensional.
Yeah, and then so the match starts, and then KO is on the mic.
Yeah, I love him. Whatever he
does.
I
love him on the mic, but I was like, what the fuck is he doing out there? Obviously plays into a little story thing later, but like it was nice to hear his voice on the mic. It was weird that
he was out there.
Yeah, but the match itself was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I thought Sasha was going to kill herself again. I thought she was definitely going to lead herself.
Yeah, she's leader herself. That's the perfect word for it. So like she did last week. Fuck.
Yeah. she. The thing is, like, obviously I've watched her down in NXT, and she never used to box that. I don't know if it's the way that Charlotte's meant to catch her. Because
also bigger stage, more nerves.
Yeah, but every time she does it with Charlotte, she was doing it fine before her injury, but every time she does it with Charlotte, it seems to go wrong. I don't know if it's just the way that that she catches her. I don't know.
I think it may be a mix of the nerves and the fact that she's probably a little nervous that she's going to re-injure herself.
Yeah.
And that she wants to try to make it look as good as possible being on such a big stage. And she comes in a little bit too hot. I think that has a lot to do with she comes in too hot. She's got to pace herself a little bit.
Yeah. So Jericho and Charlotte pick up the win. Then a little bit of a beatdown afterwards. Cass comes running down. We all knew he would come run down as soon as that beatdown would start.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the end of that
Enzo sold
segment.
that code breaker like a pro.
Yeah, he did.
Like, that was a Ziggler sell, that was.
It was kind of nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a good match. It was solid to open the show with.
I gave it a 3.
Yeah, it was around that for me. Then, moment of silence for James Ellsworth, as he's not on the show again.
I'm so fucking disappointed that he wasn't on the show. Like, literally, Lee was devastated that he wasn't on the show. Because if anyone, if you listen to last week's podcast, Lee had to mute his mic on several occasions. But that was mostly my fault. I kept posting memes in the Skype chat. Do you know how hard it was to keep everybody on topic last week because of this James Ellsworth thing? It was nearly impossible. Like
it's because he's amazing.
He is the Lord Commander, Intergalactic Universal Champion, Sir James Ellsworth. Like, that is my name for him now. Or like, whenever anything comes up, if you've seen all my posts on Facebook, every time his name comes up, I post that: the Lord Commander, Intergalactic Universal Champion, Sir James Ellsworth.
You're just as bad as my King Bailey stuff. So.
Yeah. But that guy is so over. It's insane. I've never known a jobber to be that over and be that over. Like, man, that's crazy. I've got people over here from wrestling promotions in my area that are genuinely trying to book him.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get him on the podcast.
We are.
So he's a coming.
He's
a coming.
Kanisha is on that.
Yeah. So Braun Strowman takes on another jobber.
Yeah, this jobber didn't have any charisma.
No charisma, but dude, Strowman is so freaking beastly. I didn't realize how big the dude is.
Yeah, it's because every time you've seen him, he's been stood with Rowan and Harper
and they're all the same height.
And they're all the same height, and they're smaller than Strowman, but he doesn't look quite so big against them. But then, literally, when he walks out, he's got the backspan of fucking Mark Henry.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
He's huge man.
I'm loving this Viking gimmick thing he has going on. If this is gonna get over, the crowd's gonna get into this. You could already tell they're getting into it, and it's not to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns anymore, but this is gonna get way over than Roman Reigns is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, and I have a feeling they're gonna job out Reigns to him in a couple months.
I was hoping they were gonna do it already. I was hoping they would. Yeah. Definitely hoping that it was going to be him that Reigns was going to job to,
but it'd be a good way to give Strowman the U.S. title if Reigns beats Rusev.
If Reigns beats Rusev, I'm done with WWE. I'm being serious right now. The best way for Reigns to get over is to lose to Rusev clean. As much as people don't want to hear it because everyone's up his fucking ass. They literally, like, the best way for him to get over is to lose. And not just lose to Rusev, keep losing. Like, I know this sounds like I'm saying because I don't like the guy, but I genuinely believe if he loses, not maybe two or three feuds, it will make him get over. Because when it will finally get to a point where he'll snap. And then he'll turn into what everybody wants him to be, which is
that's when he'll get over.
Badass heel, and then he'll get over.
That's been my platform that I've been preaching on for the last 2-3 months, and trying to get through to these Roman Reigns fanatics. Because I'm a fan.
You can't get through.
We can't get through to them. We've tried, and then they get upset and they leave, and then they cry.
Exactly. Message Kanisha for 4 days straight about it.
That's then probably a lot due to us.
Oh yeah, it was y'all's fault. I hated y'all that day. But I was and I said, what you have to do, you guys are wanting to put the belt on him so bad, but what y'all don't realize is that he has to lose, because what it's going to do is humanize him. Because right now they're pushing this whole Superman thing, and it's making people despise him. Yeah. So if they get him to kind of get a little human up under his, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It gives him a reason to get pissed off. It gives him a reason to be a badass because he's like, I know that I'm bigger and better than these dudes. Why am I losing? Now I'm going to kill everybody like Brock Lesnar did that day.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I support.
I'm totally on that. And the one thing he needs to stop doing more than anything is cocking his freaking wrist.
My God, just punch people.
Just punch him.
Yeah.
No need to fucking cock your wrist and smash into the ground like your He-Man.
That's pandering to the crowd.
And He-Man, just hit him with it. Just hit him. Like when he ran we'll get into it in a minute. But when he jumps off the ropes and hits a Superman punch, yeah, that's cool. I like that. But don't fucking don't cock your wrist.
And take that godforsaken vest off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now it's red.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse now. Alright, get to Roman Reigns in a second.
Yeah.
So we got the jobber match. Then we have the little Mark Henry segment in the back.
Yep. I love the passion he was showing.
That. Yeah, I love the passion he was showing. That was a little nice. Even though he gets his ass kicked, but
I can't co-sign to that, guys.
But it segues into the little Pokemon Go thing with the Golden Truth.
They couldn't have given it to a better person to do this.
I know, right? R-Truth always can pull this shit off.
Yeah, and Goldust as well is pulling it off well. Like it's hilarious. Like the way he tries to grab the air. This is funny. Like Raw's lacked the comedy factor, like
absolutely
for quite a while. It's been far too serious and far too scriptedly segmented. Like you just tell someone that they're going to do it. You're going to for a couple of weeks you're going to be playing Pokemon Go. Like there you go, do what you need to do, and like
exactly.
It's just.
But fun. Then it could be also be if you want to really start talking about marketing too, because Pokemon Go is so popular right now.
Yeah.
It could be spun into merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying. So if people would realize not only yes, of course, it's about wrestling and all that, but there's different levels of entertainment to the WWE. That comedy spoof stuff is needed.
Bring it into the Camp WWE thing.
Right, exactly. Like it can all spin into marketing because R-Truth is absolutely ridiculously stupid. Yeah. So he's the only person that's going to be able to pull this kind of stuff off and it go over with the crowd. So spin it. Like we need to have them come out dressed up as Pokemon one day. That'll be hilarious to me. Big grown men dressed up like Pikachu. I'm here for it.
You just see Goldust dressed as Pikachu.
I can see this.
You can see it. The new breed.
I love it. Look it now.
So the match happens, Golden Truth versus Shining Stars, which I think it gave a credible win to Shining Stars because those names are so popular.
Yeah.
And that's something the Shining Stars needed because they've been getting just kind of shit on since they came in.
Well, Epico and Primo have been shit on since they came to the WWE.
Yeah.
True.
And they're such a talent too. So
they are really talented
guys. Gimmicks have been horrible. It's been the gimmicks that they've given them have been horrible.
Yeah, the fucking Matador Bowl.
El Torito was more over than those two.
Yeah, El Torito was more over.
I definitely have an El Torito doll.
I loved El Torito versus Hornswoggle. That was awesome.
The WLC.
I have the action figure for El Torito. I sure do. And I'm not ashamed of
it. Is it life size?
It's so tiny.
It's so tiny. Then we get the Finn versus Seth showdown.
Yep.
In the ring.
I'm fed up with people bashing Finn. Like I'm the biggest.
Yeah, me too.
I'm the biggest Finn Balor fan, and like, okay, people have got comparisons to people hating on Roman and liking Roman and all the rest of it. But seriously, the stuff that Finn has done outside of the WWE compares to AJ. Like the stuff he done in Japan is insane. Like everyone talks about what AJ did over there, but what Finn did, he's a two-time junior that tournament that they do. He's won that.
Yeah,
twice.
The junior IWGP champion or trophy.
Twice.
Yeah.
He's a 3-time IWGP champion. Do you know what I mean? Like he's insanely talented. Everyone's saying that he can't cut a promo. because Japan, they don't do promos.
So he's had to work on that, and the fact is, he can cut a promo.
He can cut.
He just needs to work on it a little better.
The fact he's in there with
It's
Seth,
just his accent.
Yep.
Yeah, it is his accent, but he's in there with Seth, who's one of the best promo cutters in the business right now. So
I thought it was a good showdown.
It was a good showdown.
I did too.
I liked it, but then
you guys know how I am with Finn Balor, so you know I can't even talk about this. I'm gonna let you guys do it because I will go for an hour talking about Finn Balor.
All these trolls in our group with the fucking vanilla midget and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was like these guys are just they're doing it because it's getting under people's skin.
I followed Finn. I've said this to you before, Gabe. I followed him since 2002 when he was in NWA UK Hammerlock, which isn't a fucking well-known promotion in the UK. But he was on there, and he did a year or so there, and then he created a sister promotion for Ireland. So it was NWA UK Hammerlock and NWA Irish Hammerlock. So he then created his own promotion when he was 19.
Yeah, and that's where Becky Lynch came over, right?
He trained Becky Lynch. So he trained Becky Lynch from when she was 15. So and he's training people when he's 22 and making them talented.
Right.
He's not just a flash in the pan. He's not just going to be flavor of the month. Oh yeah, he's just turned 35, so he's not going to have as many years in the WWE as many would have liked him to have. But this guy, however, the years that he is going to have in the WWE, people need to get used to it. He's going to be one of the top guys. And I have
to say this. I have to.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Like, you know, I've been preaching this sermon for the last week. Well, since he debuted on Raw.
Yeah.
I've been getting so irritated with people talking about him in NXT. I have to just say this out of my mouth. He did not go to NXT because he necessarily needed NXT.
NXT
needed him.
Absolutely. Now, he did need to learn WWE's way of doing things coming from Japan.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But as far as his following, as far as his character development, as far as his ring skill, that is not why he went there. So you guys have got to get that crap out of your head and now. Or you're going to have to face Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. Everyone's complaining about his entrance, right? His entrance is that way because he has a split personality. That's his character. They're saying, oh, he has no character. Well, no, because you haven't seen the other side of his character. He has a split personality, and when it comes to big matches, he turns into the demon. And
then they're going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, they will. They'll be like, oh, it's cheesy as fuck. He does this thing. He's got this mask on. He's got this wig on. He's got all this...
Where are these threats coming from?
Yeah, he's got all his face paint and all the rest of it. But that he goes to a different place when he's got a big match. Like he'll put on a 5-star match every week, and then when it comes to a pay-per-view, he'll put on a 10-star match. Because he goes to a different place, and that's his character. His character's built around having that split personality. Now I'm going to call it now. There's going to be a double turn at SummerSlam. Finn.
Oh, Seth going face, Finn going heel?
Yeah, because Gallows and Anderson will help Finn win the championship.
Did that happen?
I dig that. I'll mark the fuck out, dude.
That is going to happen. And they're going to beat the New
Diamond. You're going to hear me scream all the way where you are if that happens. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to be like, that was Kanisha right there.
It's like, what was that high pitch in my ear? And you're going to be like, it was me.
I'm calling it now just because of the fact that...
We got to do a watch party. We should do a watch party with the 5 admins.
Yeah.
We should get us all in here.
Well, I think me and Quinn probably will be together anyway watching it with the rest of the hate mob. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, we definitely should do that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. But yeah, so it was a good promo. Kind of, sets up for what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We'll move on now.
I hate Michael Cole's calling the Pele kick an overhead kick. I'm what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, man? Seriously, it's a Pele kick.
Ronaldo runs circles around his ass. Corey Graves runs circles around his ass.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was expecting Corey Graves to say it's a Pele kick.
Pele kick. I was so upset. I was so frustrated.
I'm fed up with it. Oh, he hit him with the overhead kick. No, fuck off, man. It's a Pele kick. Get it right.
Yep.
Learn to call moves. Seriously.
Seriously, you've been in the business for way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long to still be doing that.
Yep.
Bring JR back. JR and Corey Graves would be fucking awesome.
Man. Don't get me excited.
So we'll move on to the next segment, and I just want to say I am fucking so jealous of Rusev. He is the luckiest motherfucker on the planet, dude. Lana looked so damn good.
Yeah, she did.
And
Rusev's the only man that can have her.
Oh, dude, and I'm like, I want to be Rusev
until Roman kidnaps her.
There it is. There we go.
Oh my god! But it was for the U.S. title.
Yep.
It was Rusev versus Mark Henry.
Made Rusev look really strong.
Made him look really strong. It was kind of a shoddy match.
Yeah, I don't think Henry's got it anymore.
Yeah, listen, guys. We had a conversation in the car coming back home. Who would you get rid of first? Mark Henry was definitely my choice. I got to get him out of there. I don't know who I have to talk to get him to retire, but it needs to happen before my birthday.
If I had a choice between getting rid of him and Show, it would be him.
Yeah, because Show's more of an ambassador.
Yeah, and it is. I think Show can. He's got more to give in the ring than Henry has still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Henry's done.
He gets injured too many times now. It'd be interesting. I'd love to see him in a match with Strowman to put Strowman over.
Yeah. Same here.
I'd like to see that.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually saying that I would like to see Strowman versus Rusev.
I would.
Which could happen down the road.
I would. I'd love to see that. I would love to see that match. But you need to give Strowman some credible opponents. So beating maybe. I think maybe he should build his way up. So he's starting with these jobbers, then move on to people like Curtis Axel, then go on to people like Big Show and Henry. Sheamus.
What if we get Strowman versus Brock Lesnar? Now that I would like to see that.
I would.
I'd get on board. I would. This Viking would give Lesnar a run.
I would love to see it, and I would love to see Braun completely work him over.
I think it'd be tough on the steroid abusing Lesnar.
We're drilled into
super small right now. You see how much,
he seems a little bit saggy.
Well, dude, you think he seems saggy? Fucking
he's in Triple
Reigns.
Yeah,
Reigns, dude.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth. He looked nice.
Dude, on Raw?
No, on Raw.
Reigns looked a little chubby, dude.
He did look chubby.
That was last Monday. Last Monday he looked a little chubby.
Yeah, he's taking drugs since then.
Shut your mouth. This Monday he got oil and he looks alright.
It's the beard. Somebody in the group said that the beard's hiding his double chin. I started laughing so hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling there. Like,
what I reckon it was he didn't have enough oil on his arms.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Truthfully, because last
Kanisha, you're like, I'll oil it up for you.
I'll oil it all day, but you still suck.
Oh, okay. And then we get, we'll move on from this segment. Reigns is going to be challenging for the U.S. title. Yeah. That's kind of obvious at this point.
Right.
So, we had the Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, with the little cheesy win Titus had.
You know how I feel
I'm not sure how I feel about this rivalry, though. I don't think they mesh well in the ring.
They didn't mesh well as a tag team.
They did mesh well as a tag team.
I'm not a fan of what's going on.
I don't like it because I think they should be kept apart.
Yep.
I'm not that big on Darren Young. He's yet to impress me, but I've always liked Titus. I think he's got everything apart from promo skills.
I think you and me are the only two people on the planet who like Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, I think you are.
I figured out what it was about that makes him look so bad in the ring. I think it's because his arms are so freakishly long that it makes him look so sloppy.
His whole physique's a bit odd.
Like, he's not proportionate at all.
No, it's not. He's got a pot belly,
and he has that D-hut butt.
Yeah. But he
to take the shorts off of him and give him some pants. And seriously, and here's the thing: what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to a full package, their outfit means a lot.
Yeah.
So you have this big, burly black guy that's just huge in these little briefs. There's so many times he's wrestled, I'm like, his penis is probably going to spill out, and I'm kind of nervous.
So do either of you guys watch Lucha Underground? I know you don't, Simon. Yeah. Do you, Kanisha? You remember I forgot his name in season 1. Ezekiel Jackson, though.
Yeah,
I remember Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, he was in Lucha Underground S1, and you
really?
saw how he had the pants on.
Yeah.
He's always dressed like that, though.
Yeah, I would like that to be Titus.
Yeah.
Right, because if you look at him in a different outfit, it'll take the emphasis off of how long his freaking arms are, because it makes him look like doink, like he's kind of like that dopey walk because of his arms, and I think that could change his whole package. And probably he's okay. I think he's not bad on the mic. I think what it is kind of like Finn. It's his voice.
Yeah,
he has that super deep voice with huge lips and it drag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they're moving in the right direction with Darren Young. It's just time will tell to see where that leads.
You know, I hate that thing.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry.
I have been like the only person on the planet that has been all for what's going on with Darren Young.
Yeah.
You're fine, bro.
Alright, well, we'll move on. It was a shoddy match. They had the little after with Titus arguing with Backlund.
Yeah.
Darren attacks him. We'll get that out of the way. No need to talk about that any further. So we had the Cesaro Sheamus segment where I loved how Foley kind of drilled into Cesaro with the medical report on his shoulder. Yeah. I was like, I thought that was funny. Because, you know, he's been bitching that he didn't go to Smackdown. So that was kind of cool to see.
I liked it, like, because it played into what they were saying about the draft. So I like the way they were incorporating it into a storyline. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with it and what they do. Are they going to trade someone? Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah, I think a trade might be coming up soon.
I kind of have some good news for you guys.
What's up?
Sidebar. Just got a message from Sir Ellsworth.
Yeah.
And he said that he would be available next Wednesday.
What?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The Lord Commander.
So I'm getting his information now. I'll pass along to you guys, but I think we got him for next Wednesday.
Awesome. Awesome. You could also tell him to...
Your mic's gone, Gabe.
Uh-oh. We lost Gabe.
Your mic's gone. No. Gabe.
He got too excited.
Technical hits.
My bad. My bad. I see it.
There he is.
There he is. Technical hits.
I accidentally hit a button.
You got too excited. You got way too excited.
You can have him look up Simon and I on Skype. That way we can get him into the...
Yeah, that's why I was just asking him, does he have a Skype account?
Cool. Awesome. All right, so we'll continue on. Let us know any progress you get with him.
Gotcha.
We'll continue on with the show. Nia Jax comes out, takes on a jobber. I don't even know who this jobber is. Supposedly she's an NXT girl?
I've never seen her.
She's actually... She's not on NXT. Do you remember Cedric from CWC?
Yeah.
That's his wife.
Oh, is it?
Well, kudos to her for getting on Raw.
Yeah,
sure he did.
Before Cedric, right?
But Nia Jax debuts a new finisher.
Well,
the Samoan little power slam thing.
Lee's not on here, so we can all say how we feel about Nia Jax.
Garbage.
I don't.
I hate the character.
I do.
She's not a good wrestler. It's another Rock family legacy that's coming in. This is my own personal feelings, so take it with a grain of salt.
I'm the same. I didn't like
she
her in
is
NXT.
Absolutely trash. She injures people. She is not careful in the ring. She her mic skills are better than Roman's, so I'll give her the mic skills.
Oh dear Lord, really? Come on.
Yeah, but other than that, there is no package. It's just because she's a monster that she's in the WWE. That's why.
No, she's in the WWE because she's a member of the fucking Samoan.
Yep.
Hawaii family. Yeah. They actually made her gain so much weight to even, before they signed her, which I thought was ridiculous. Had they let her sign with the size that she was before, I think it would have worked out a little bit better. Because it's like she's so massive to where she can't really move and execute stuff seamlessly. She's just a big mass of
dude, the gear they're having her wear is not flattering.
Well, what else are they going to put her stomach in? Like, not trying to be funny, but honestly, the only thing they can really do right now is put her in a full Goldust outfit because they've made her gain so much weight, and you really... that's not going to be too much more appealing. Than
I don't understand why they made her gain weight. She's an absolute stunning woman. She's gorgeous.
She's really pretty, yeah.
You saw her bikini stuff? Like, her body before would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I have no idea why she had to gain weight. I have no clue.
She wasn't that much bigger than Tamina before.
Right. She maybe was a little bit more hippie.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But they're trying to make her more like Karma, and
yeah.
And they're trying
way too pretty.
They're trying to recreate that, but the difference between that is Karma's better in the ring.
Yeah.
And you
She's
can't,
more athletic.
Yeah.
Agile.
You can't have someone that strong in the. This might sound a bit sexist, but you can't have someone that strong in the women's division because that's gonna hurt. She hurts more people than she doesn't, and it's the same as Dana. Dana. Because Dana's so strong.
She messed up Becky Lynch a few times.
Yeah, she hurts. Yeah. She hurts people because her body's designed for bodybuilding.
Weightlifting, right?
That's what her body's designed for. She's not designed to be. You look at her. She's not designed to be that sort of athlete. So,
not that agile.
The fact that she sucks as well. is a big part of it, but she's just so. They're both so uncareful.
It's like they want that powerhouse woman, like they had with China and
Beth Phoenix.
Karma and all that. Yeah, but you have girls who are strictly just strong. They're not ring aware.
Exactly.
You have to have all those elements.
At least with Beth Phoenix, she could actually wrestle.
Yep. Yeah,
she was so strong, but she knew how to channel that into being able to execute.
I'm so happy she's having Edge's babies.
They're gonna be some talented babies.
Yeah, this baby's gonna be awesome.
So on from the Nia Jax situation, as she dominates it. We get New Day. And one member had to get banned from ringside because it was unfair numbers for the club. I loved this little segment that they did.
The oranges and the banana?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Too much.
Fun fact, I'm wearing a Bootio shirt right now.
Nice. New Day has to be one of my favorite things that has happened in 10 years.
We've said it before. When they first came out and they were that preachy, new age, whatever.
Which I understand why they're doing it, because the black athlete was getting held down, and I understand what the direction they wanted to go with it, but it wasn't going to get over with the crowd.
No.
But here's the thing. I'm, before I speak about anything, I try to do my research. Good.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Gave them that credit. And I thought it was so genius for them. Okay, they for a couple started out, saw the reaction they were getting, and for them to take that pile of shit and make it into the gold that they've made it into was nothing short of genius.
Yeah.
I bet Vince is all over them right now. He's like, they're like his favorite things right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they're making him so much money.
Dude, the Bootio cereal is an actual fucking cereal now.
I know.
I ordered mine already. I'm waiting for it to get here.
They have a box of Bootios.
They make sure you ain't booty.
You ain't booty. their goal, though, like, for them to really turn that, because that could have been really, really bad, because initially we all thought it was going to be like a Nation of Domination type thing. Yep. But for them to spin it the way that they did, and for them to be as over as they are, because they're just really turned themselves up to 10, it's classic.
Yeah.
Love New Day.
It reminds me of what Edge and Christian were doing.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Like because they had the Brood. Yeah. You know, they were the Brood, and then they had to break off from that and recreate themselves.
Yeah.
And that seems almost exactly what they're doing. Same type of circumstance. They were going to have this Nation of Domination gimmick, which, a.k.a. Brood.
Yeah.
And then break off, and they do their own thing to create something amazing. It seems exactly like Edge and Christian, and I love that they had the power to do this. And Vince didn't shut it down.
Do you remember the segment that they had with Edge and Christian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With
that was perfect.
Yeah. And then Big E tries to eat it, couldn't get it in his mouth, and he just throws it on the ground.
Like you didn't see you throw it on the ground.
I love it. And I think Big E has come right into himself. Because before I think he was, for such a big guy, he was too timid.
He was Ziggler's strongman.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Know this, or a lot of people don't pay attention. When he was NXT champion, he was dominating everything.
Yeah.
And he had he had the 5 count, so he would have you down for a 5 count instead of a 3 count.
Yeah.
So, of me being, of course, y'all know, an NXT fanatic.
Yeah.
Getting the Tyler Breeze treatment at first, I was like, crap. So I sincerely appreciate New Day because I know how dominant he was there. The only difference and the only thing that I kind of wish I could tweak, if anything, with New Day is to make Big E more dominant.
Yeah.
More scary. Like, I want him to kind of have that No Way Jose thing, like it's all fun and games until he gets in the ring and he just turns it.
Yeah.
I don't like No Way Jose.
I want to say how bad Gallows is.
Oh my god.
My name's Festus.
Week after week, how horrible he is.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, dude.
Nah.
He sucks.
Every time I say this every week that we talk about it. I can't see anything other than fucking Festus. I just can't.
It's making Anderson look bad too.
Anderson's very talented.
One of the most talented guys on the roster.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the rocket boot. They did the rocket boot to twice. I forgot who was on the shoulders, and then the second time he did it, he actually hit Gallows in the face.
Yeah.
It was stupid. Yeah.
Because Gallows freaking moved. Because Gallows is so stupid, he can't stay in one spot.
Yeah.
Like it. Oh my god! I'm over the club until they're backing somebody.
Yeah. So I hope it's Finn.
Yeah, I hope it's Finn too.
Finn.
They massacre New Day, which was. And again, they're making Xavier look strong because Xavier was the only one that got back up and started fighting back after he got knocked down. So I love the fact they're making Woods look really strong in the last month.
Showcasing his talent, right?
Yep.
About time as well for me.
Yeah, because it's always been about Kofi and Big E, and he was just kind of the comic relief.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's nice to see the split, and I'm digging it. But they got massacred by the club. Which it's going to play into whatever storyline for
which is good because
SummerSlam.
They've made the club look weak as fuck recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and beating down New Day is not going to make New Day look weak. So.
At all.
Yeah, at all.
At all.
So
we're still going to get booty in this week.
Yeah.
Yep. We're moving on. We got the Cesaro versus Sheamus match. Freaking phenomenal. I loved it. I thought it was a 4-star match. They put on a show.
Sheamus is better in the ring than people make him out to be.
Yeah, well, it's because it was so vanilla with him and Randy for so long that he got a bad rap. Because it was him versus Randy week in, week out for like 2 years. So...
I think when you put him with people like Cesaro, it really gets a chance to showcase his talent because him and Randy, that at least snooze fest for me. I don't know.
But so Sheamus put on a show with Cesaro,
yeah.
And I love he reversed I forgot what move it was into the neutralizer.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little reversal at the end. I like that. This is going to be a nice feud. I think it's going to showcase them both, and I think it's going to put one of them in the title picture.
Hope it's Cesaro.
People are saying they hope it's Cesaro. I actually hope it's Sheamus because I would love to see Sheamus versus Finn Balor.
I would not.
I wouldn't.
I think they would put on a show.
I don't.
I can't say that.
No,
I think I would rather.
I totally agree with you, Kanisha.
Cesaro's not ready for that spot. He's not ready for that spot.
Bullshit.
He has 3 moves, dude.
Bullshit. Have you watched Cesaro?
Okay.
Have you watched
Soapbox time?
Yeah.
You just ruined yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
Cesaro can do no wrong. I think almost every genre of wrestling, every whatever you want to call it of wrestling, Cesaro can do.
Yeah.
He can do, you know what I'm saying? He's just that good. And the fact that he is now starting to get some sort of character with this that promo that he did was perfect for his character. If they can use that and spin that, not necessarily make him a quote unquote heel, but kind of see him punk him a little bit with just making him just do straight shoots on the company, on top of his amazing wrestling ability. Can you imagine how, first of all, did you see his matches with him and Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Yes.
In NXT?
Are you kidding me? He's got 5 moves.
Balor?
But
Jesus.
dude, to me, he seems all right. So this is where I'm coming from. To me, he has that Dean Ambrose feel to me, because Dean Ambrose is doing that stupid clothesline like 5 times during the match. All he's doing is uppercuts. That's what it feels like when he's wrestling.
Because now you realize most of the times that he's been in these matches recently, it's been more than one person that he's been wrestling. We haven't gotten a lot of singles matches with Cesaro in a while. So he's doing the uppercut train as kind of like showmanship to say, like, I have this endurance, I have this strength. You know what I'm saying? But I think him and Finn Balor, a match with them two,
he'd be able to showcase it a little better. They really need to change his music. It doesn't fit the little 007 thing.
I don't like this fucking 007 shit.
I like the 007 thing. I just don't like the music that goes with it.
He needs to, because it's like they're mixing the 007 and Transporter, the Jason Statham, the whole character too, because he looks clearly just like them. I think they need to change that music to kind of fit that, as opposed to that stupid alarm.
I hate the freaking alarm. I hated it when he first got it with Paul Heyman. I just don't like... I think that's why I've been so down on him too, and so I really criticize Cesaro when I watch him wrestle. He's one of the few. Him and Reigns are the 2 people I just eyeball when I wrestle. I watch them wrestle.
Reigns, I can totally agree with, but Cesaro, I can't.
I had such high hope when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and it feels like it's just been stagnated.
They fucked everyone up who's won these things recently.
Absolutely.
Barrett should never have won the fucking King of the Ring. Like that was.
Or
I think they were just trying to make him happy to stay.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Well,
he should have won. Barrett should have won the world title from Randy Orton.
Yeah,
and everything would have been right in the world with Barrett. He would have had his world title. Everyone would have been happy. Putting the King of the Ring on him just made him look like an idiot.
It did, because I think the Bad News Barrett character
was great.
Genius. It was genius. I don't know. I have no idea why
pretty over.
Yeah, I have no idea why they went away from that, because it was snarky. It was hilarious.
WWE don't like people that organically get over.
They want to force it over.
Yeah, they don't. They did it with Sandow. Like, Sandow was so fucking over.
You know, that thing still hurts my soul that he's gone.
And then they just
him and Cody, both those guys.
Yeah, they fuck him over. They gave him the Money in the Bank just to lose.
To be the first one to ever lose with it.
It was the second, wasn't he?
No, I think. Oh yeah, he was the second, because Cena technically did.
Cena lost it first, but
I think they wanted people to forget that. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, but
if it ever happened.
They seem to just fuck over people that apart from Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, they had no choice with that though.
No, they didn't.
The fans were not going to let that go.
Yeah. That segment when Triple H they were all in the ring and Triple H was trying to talk and the fans completely shut Triple H up.
Yeah.
I think that's the moment they knew, okay, like we can't stifle this dude.
Yeah. It frustrates me. Like, they've got so many talented guys. Just let them do it. Okay, I get you've got to book a program, but listen to people. Like, all right, we don't know fuck all about the business side of things and everything else, but we know who we like, and we know who we don't, and we know who we want to see.
We know what works,
and we know what's working.
I think you're right though. Cesaro being in all the Fatal 4-Ways and everything, it just that seemed to still whatever he had going too, because everyone was so concentrating on Owens and Zayn.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Him and Jericho were just kind of pushed to the side.
Well, I said it for weeks. So I'm fed up with these fucking matches with all these guys in.
Yeah,
just get it over with, like. And I think Cesaro is ready. He is ready.
It stifles him so much by putting him in those matches with, of course, Zayn and Owens, because we've been watching them fight for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So of course the focus is going to be on them. So anyone else in the match, they could have had Finn Balor in the match, and nobody would have paid any attention to Finn, because we're so focused on this story, because it's a story with them. It's not just a random fight that they're having. Yeah. So I think that's what slowed down his momentum. And if I was Cesaro, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah, I would. And I can get where Sheamus is coming from as well. He's a 4-time world champ. Like, that doesn't happen just out of because of pity. That happens because the company have got faith in you and you're good.
Yeah.
Like,
he also got Triple H's endorsement too.
Yeah, exactly. And Sheamus isn't bad in the ring. Everyone's got this thing with Sheamus saying, "Oh, he's bad in the ring," and no, he's not. He's
clean in the ring.
He's just booked horribly. He came back as the heel, they made him a joke heel, and they should have made
because
him
of the way he looked.
Yeah, when he first came in 2009, he was fucking awesome.
Yep.
And he had that.
That's why I want to see Finn versus Sheamus. Is I think he would put on a show with Finn.
Yeah, but
I want to see that match, the Battle of Ireland. Like freaking, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, just throw Becky Lynch in there. I'm not signing up for that one. Sorry.
I just think that for right now it needs to be Cesaro.
Gotcha. All right, we'll move on from that. We had the Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal in the ring because they were brawling afterwards, Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah.
And Foley comes out and says the winner of that match would get a contract, and Heath Slater didn't think Jinder was going to turn on him, but. I've always liked Jinder Mahal. I thought he's a big athletic dude, and I think he could do some stuff on Raw. And so that was kind of cool to see Slater get beat by him.
Yeah, I like Jinder. I think if they keep him out of that Middle Eastern gimmick, if they keep him away from that, because I think he has a good look too. He looks amazing. He's a big guy, and he's not bad in the ring either. If they can keep him away from that gimmicky thing and just let him kind of go and be himself, I think he could really be a big player.
Yeah, same here. I think the only person that the Middle Eastern thing worked on was Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
And they buried that quick because there was a bombing over in freaking London.
Exactly.
So they were like, yep, nope, that ain't happening. Which I thought was bullshit, because you want to play on that because that's extreme heat.
Yeah, it is.
Extreme
heat. And you figured you'd want to play on that because that's what they used to do with the Iron Sheik and Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played that. Dude, it was
so emotional.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to see that, and I was very depressed when they fired him. I was like, this could have been like the best heel ever.
Yeah, I just don't think that'll work with Jinder because putting him in the 3-man band, first of all, I thought that was just weird to have him, it was awkward.
They fucked out with Drew McIntyre as well.
Yeah. But that's why I hope, I'm like with you, Kanisha, I hope they keep kind of like the look he has. I really like the look he had on Raw. That was really cool looking.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I love what they're doing with Heath Slater at the moment, though. And I think if they book this right, it could be big.
Yeah, I like it.
Kind of like what... Okay, so do you think it would be kind of like what The Miz went through right before his title reign?
Yeah.
Where he lost everything and then got that opportunity, and it eventually led Miz to the championship.
Well,
do you think
if he goes to SmackDown, then yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't see that happening work. I don't see it working on Raw, but definitely SmackDown. Because I've always liked Heath Slater. The whole country redhead thing and the one man band, baby, like that. I love Heath Slater.
He's not bad in the ring either.
No, he's really good.
He is not bad in the ring, and he's been part of some pretty good gimmick groups as well as Nexus. So and he is a 3-time tag champ.
Yep.
I am a Heath Slater fan. If he comes out with a shirt right now, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm digging it. I'm kind of like with it how you were with Darren Young when that started. So
yeah,
I hope it goes where I want it to go. We shall see.
Yep, yeah. We shall see. All right, so we'll move on. Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn.
Great match.
Great match. 5-star match for Raw.
Absolutely.
I'm sold on Zayn. I want this dude to be champion. Sami Zayn. Like, I'm sold on him.
Yeah, me too.
I'm clapping right now.
Yeah, I want Kevin Owens to obviously be champion, but
I want Owens to win it first.
I want Owens to win it first and Sammy do the underdog thing and take it from him.
I don't. I want Sammy to win it first because let me tell you what. It will extend that feud so much more if Sammy keeps getting one up on Kevin.
True that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm looking at it because I think one of you may have said it on the last podcast and I was clapping in my living room. Like when Zayn wins,
this is me.
That's what keeps it going. Yeah. Right. That's what keeps the feud going. But if Owens wins, Sammy's like, all right, whatever, it's over.
Well, okay. So what about Royal Rumble and Sami Zayn dominates Kevin Owens with a hell of a kick over the top rope?
Yeah, I'm with that too.
Yep.
Dude, it could lead to something big, and obviously
Zayn's already
give WWE too much credit.
Zayn already eliminated Owens from the last Rumble.
But you have him do it again, second year in a row, and do it for the win.
But then win. Yeah,
with them two being the last two, and he throws him over, that will be amazing.
Yeah, Rollins keeps showcasing why he's the best in the world.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah. Like he can do no wrong in the ring, and it's sad that it was a flip over powerbomb that just kind of derailed his career.
It ruined everything for me.
But it was. I think it was better for him that he got the time off.
He was doing it with Kane though, so you can kind of see why Kane's a big fucking 300-pound guy.
Here's the thing with that though, I could see if he tweaked his leg on the slamming him down, but he did it on his own flip up.
Yep.
So it wasn't even Kane that was the reason. When he flipped over him and he landed wrong.
Yeah.
So he could have done that with anybody. You know what I mean? It's one of those freak accidents. You like just like if you're walking down the steps and you land on your foot the wrong way.
Yeah. But
I watched that videotape so many times and cried.
I did love this match. Like Sami Zayn, you can put him in the ring with anybody, and he'll put on a fantastic match. Same as Seth. Like those two guys and Kevin Owens for me are the best wrestlers in WWE at the moment, and Finn.
Okay, there we go.
But people haven't seen what Finn can do yet. Not really.
No, when they start seeing what he can do, if they haven't watched NXT, when they start seeing in WWE what he can do, they're gonna be all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they're still gonna try to pick him apart, and then I'm gonna be right there to chomp their asses.
I'll be right there with you, Kanisha.
Thank you. I need a support system. I can't do it all by myself.
Yeah. All right, and then we lead into our final segment for Raw. Lesnar coming out.
Yep.
And
Heyman's fucking ridiculous on that mic.
Dude, he's so good. I don't know when he got so good on the mic, but like, because he wasn't this good in ECW.
No.
You guys remember the ECW days? He was not this good on the mic in ECW. somewhere in between, he got so good on the mic, and maybe because he felt passionate about Lesnar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but like, I know CM Punk was like his best friend and everything, but
even with Punk, he was good.
He was good, but he wasn't this good.
Yeah, but he didn't need to be with Punk because Punk could.
Yeah, because Punk could hold his own. Yeah,
talk, right?
Punk could talk, whereas Lesnar should just never speak because his voice just doesn't go with him. Like, he's got this squeaky ass fucking voice and this big hench beast body and this tiny little squeaky voice.
And and then he's like, Orton will never hit an RKO.
And I was like, okay, so when's this coming? I was like, when's this RKO coming then? It's coming soon.
There it is.
And bang!
And
boom, there it is.
I wish Lee was in here right now because I was like, after all the shit Orton was talking at Battleground, and then boom, he does this. I was like, yes! Like, score one for Orton.
Yeah.
Because I want to see this match. Orton's amazing in the ring, and I think he could do wonders with Lesnar. So
let me tell you what I thought also made that kind of awesome too, that RKO, was the fact that we didn't really see the full body of the RKO. You really just saw Orton's head.
Just fall. The neck,
yeah, that's all you saw. And I think the way that they're doing these camera angles on Raw, and then that ending was so circa 1998, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact and then the fact that it's bringing back the SmackDown versus Raw feeling, which I freaking loved when the days that you had Eddie Guerrero, Batista, Rey Mysterio on Team SmackDown, you had Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Randy Orton over on Raw. Like, I really dug the battles that they would do, and they'd go and they hit the other person with a finisher on the other show. And this is what I like, is when it plays into a story mode like this.
Yeah. It's got to be a big match, though. It can't.
Yeah, and this is one of the biggest matches of the summer,
obviously. It can't just be every fucking week. Like, it has to play into. So do it for build up to SummerSlam, build up to Survivor Series, the Rumble, and Mania, and things like that.
The big four.
Don't do it for any others.
Yeah, but I absolutely loved it, and it kind of stunned Brock Lesnar, and then the security came out, and he took off and was up there with the fans and everything. That was pretty cool.
In Jackie's section.
Of course.
It was in Jackie's section.
Oh, it was?
It was in Jackie's section, yeah.
I'm no longer in TWC, because once Lee got kicked, I left. So.
Oh. Come on back for the fun. It's so entertaining. It's completely weird. So, at this point, I just get in it to laugh. It's so much fun.
I followed Lee. I followed Lee though. So
Lee's back now.
Okay. Yeah,
he is back in there.
Lee is back now.
I advocated for Lee. I said we're not kicking him out.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Lee is back, but I did like the whole feeling of the bit, and Orton seems to have got his swag back.
Yeah. I was worried about that happy Orton that we got on.
Yeah, he's a face, but he's
swaggy.
Yeah, he's got his swag, which is nice, because Orton being the happy baby face is not him at
Weird.
all. It just doesn't. It doesn't look right. It just has no feeling behind it. Whereas this kind of Orton as a face is great.
I got an update on Sir Ellsworth.
Okay.
Yep.
He wants to know, instead of the Skype, can we just call him next Wednesday? I have his number and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
That would be hard with everybody.
I think, but no, you know what? I think because I won't be on it. It'll just be you three, and I think you can dial a phone number on Skype.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that can work. So you want me to tell him
yeah? Let him know that it's going to be us that's going to be calling him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Set that up, and then what we could do is we can also just put him on speaker too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
All right. Well, we got him scheduled.
Sweet.
All right. Nice. Okay, and I'm actually
really hyped for this now.
Me too. So we got to come up with some questions.
We do, Simon. We do. Yeah. Yep. We'll get on a call and it's a thing for anyone who's listening as well. If anyone's got any questions they wanna spitball to Sir James Ellsworth, just let us know. Put it in the comments box on YouTube or hit us up by private message on Facebook, and we'll get some questions asked as well.
Yes. Okay, and then so what'd you guys rate Raw?
3.5, 3. I'm torn between 3.5 and 3.75, so I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.5. I did 3.75 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm with you with the 3.75 there.
All right, cool. And then I'll do an average of what Raw got.
Yeah.
So so that was the Raw part of the podcast. We move over to SmackDown now.
Yep.
Yeah. It starts out with the little Orton segment, them watching the RKO.
Yeah, I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, and then, I'm loving the invade atmosphere, and they book security around him and everything. And I know I mentioned it in private talk with all of us, but Tyson Dukes from CWC I saw was in the security. And then you said you saw other people in the security, right, Kanisha?
Yeah, Castle's boys were 2 of the security guards. Because at first it was rumored that they were going to be wrestling American Alpha. But I guess, plans changed at the last minute and they were part of the security.
Yeah. And so before we get fully kicked off on SmackDown, I want to say how disappointed that Shelton Benjamin didn't show up when they promoted it.
They're promoting it as coming soon, though.
Coming soon. They didn't say next week.
Oh, they didn't say next week?
No, they said it said coming soon.
Okay, that's where I misinterpreted it. As I thought it was going to be this week. He was going to...
I imagine it will be after SummerSlam.
Probably, yeah. Okay, alright. Thank you for clearing that up for me. So we have the little Miz segment backstage. And Daniel Bryan says he wants to draft the Intercontinental title, not the champion.
Which I thought was quite cool.
So, yeah, it was a nice little segment. And then
they said about the triple threat.
Yeah, they talk about the triple threat, and he called Apollo Crews Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Botch of all botches.
Yes.
Come on, Brian, read your lines.
You had one job.
Exactly. We'll talk about... We didn't talk about the one job on Raw.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we missed out the one job. The referee gave
Charlotte the title.
Tried giving Charlotte the title. What an idiot.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been week of botches this week, so...
Yep. And then Dean Ambrose starts talking to them and ends up going out. And that's how we start the show, is the Dean promo.
Yeah. I love Dean on that. He's good.
Yeah, same here. And I love these new side facts that they're doing on
this is what I was
SmackDown.
This is what I was getting at earlier. The production of SmackDown this week was phenomenal. Like, the way they did, obviously, the start of it, and it had that invasion feel. And then when the obviously the guys in the arena, they will see it because it will be on the Titantron, but you look at it and you've got the stats come down the side, which that's fucking awesome. Like, whoever came up with that idea, so simple, but yeah, awesome. Like, so effective.
The little stuff, little things matter like that.
They do, yeah. Especially when you're watching at home. So obviously, when you're in the crowd, you get this a completely different feel. But when you're at home, you notice these little things, and it makes for better watching.
I wish they would have kept what they did during the draft, during the commercials, still have the match going on.
Yeah. See, we didn't get that in the UK. It was pissed me off.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it pissed me off because it said, obviously the match will continue during the commercial break. Yeah, no, did it fuck over here?
Oh, poor boo.
I think they just did that for the draft, though. I think they just did that for the draft.
Me off.
But it would be cool if they could still, keep that going, at least for SmackDown.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be full. Was it a little cut screen in the corner or something, or was it? Yeah. So it doesn't need to be the whole screen or half the screen. It just needs to, like you get when you put on your menu on over here on our Sky, you put your menu, you get the mini screen in the top corner. So you continue watching while you're scrolling through your scrolling through your guide and stuff.
Yeah.
So just something like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, James Ellsworth just hit on you?
Yeah. Did you see the screenshot that I sent you?
What? What's this? What is this?
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to pull this up now.
Kanisha, you have to go on a date with this guy.
I will so take one for the damn team. You guys don't even know. I'm so going on a date with him.
So
now he's asking me personal questions right now. He's like, "So are you from NC?" Okay, here we go. We're getting free tickets to everything, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. The Lord Commander's got game.
I wonder how you're gonna react when you call him the Lord Commander, Sir James Ellsworth.
I really don't know. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna be like, I've got a name.
I'm hoping he doesn't get pissed and he just has like a little fun with us.
I'm not gonna take the piss. It's genuinely because I think he's fucking. I like his. I don't know. It's just something about him. He's just charismatic. And I'm genuinely not taking the piss now.
Look, Quinn.
What did LeQuinn say?
Oh my god.
Okay, what's next, Gabe?
Okay, so we have the little face-off between Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose.
Yes, we did.
It was a pretty good promo cut between both of them, and
I want that fire in Ziggler.
Oh yeah, and the segment ends with lights go out black, and bam, Bray's there.
Yeah,
hits him with Sister Abigail. I freaking dug that. I think everybody was freaking out because they thought Bray was going to get the title shot then.
Yeah, I'm not sold on fucking Bray's dreads.
Oh, hush your mouth! I love it.
It's different. I like it. It's different, and he needs something a little different. So
yeah.
But when we saw him in when we saw him in Dallas for Mania, we saw him in FYE, and I'm looking through the window because I'm a creep and I love Bray Wyatt. I was like, I told my best friend, I was like, Roger, I think he's dreading his hair. He was like, no way. And of course, King Timmy was like, he ain't dreading his hair. I bet you $10 he's dreading his hair. I got my $20 from everybody. Because I asked him, I said, it looks like you're locking your hair. And he said, yeah, trying to do something. Give me my money right now.
Awesome.
But Bray then challenges Ziggler.
Yeah.
Which was a really cool way to end the first segment.
Yeah.
And then we go to commercial.
Good start to
Good start to SmackDown. I liked it. Then goes commercial, comes back. We got the triple threat match. Such a sloppy.
This could have been such a good match.
Could have been such a good match, but also could have been such a dangerous match. All three of them could have got injured in this match, and I don't know if it's just the tandem of these three, but it was not clicking for them. Kalisto was messing up, Corbin was messing up, Cruz was messing up. Like they looked like they were going to hurt each other.
It looked like this match got thrown together very, very last minute.
Kalisto hasn't been the same since his botched promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that screwed his confidence up all the way.
Yeah, I don't think he's been right since Rusev.
Yeah. After losing the belt.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the manner of him losing the belt and the way Rusev just fucking killed him with that accolade. Like
that probably could have been it too.
I genuinely thought he broke him in half.
But
yeah, that was brutal.
The Miz gets involved at the end after Cruz wins, and he hits Cruz with the skull crushing finale.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people aren't hot on the Miz. I freaking love the Miz. And for people that say that this guy hasn't earned his way to his spot is bullshit. This dude has worked harder than anybody, I think.
Yeah.
And he's been roadblock after roadblock in front of him, and he seems to overcome it.
He is the perfect guy where if you're struggling for a champion, you can put the strap on him.
He's the utility player.
On any level, whether it's...
The thing is, with The Miz, why I have so much respect for him is because me being me, I used to watch Real World, and seeing this kid tell us that he has a dream of being in the WWE or WWF at the time, yep, having a belt, and then we see him actually not only get into the business, but actually win the belt in front of his friend. So it was like you saw somebody when they had their dream and then see them actually get it. You have so much respect for them.
No, what was it? No, he retained the belt in front of his friends.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's what it was.
Like, that's amazing to see, you know what I mean? Like, me being a kid watching Real World, loving wrestling, of course I've been watching since I was 7. So seeing that, I was like, well, that's freaking amazing. Maybe I can do it. Well, no, Kanisha, you can't wrestle, but whatever. But it was it's great to see that.
Yeah.
I did a little wrestling over here in Portland wrestling for HWA, and those ropes, just running off the ropes is like freaking rug burn on your back. You really have to get used to that.
I'm actually going training over here for. I've been invited to go training for a small promotion in my area in Devon, and my mate said, "How's your cardio?" I was like, "What fucking cardio?" He was like, "Get." He was like, "Get some cardio."
I did a couple matches, and the bumps you can take, it's whatever. You recover pretty fast from those.
Yeah,
that takes a toll on your body.
The bumps don't bother me. It's the cardio that bothers me.
Yeah, the stuff that takes the toll on your body in a wrestling match is cardio and running those ropes. Like, the ropes hurt worse than the bumps.
Yeah.
I'm being freaking honest when I say that.
Yeah. I know. I've been in the ring and I've ran ropes before, and it hurts. My back was red last time I did it.
Yep.
And like I'm fine with taking bumps. And my mate was like, if you're on it, then you could get paid just to come in, do a match, and just take loads of bumps. And like he's like, if you're okay with that, then you'll get so much work from just being a guy that comes in and takes loads of bumps. If you don't care about your wins and losses, and you just want to come in and have fun, then you'll make money. Like, I was like, I don't care about the money thing. I was like, if I want to wrestle, then I'll wrestle because I love wrestling. Like, I've never really thought about doing it before because I used to do loads of other sports. So, but the fact that I've been invited to go, and they've got Cody Rhodes in September, so. Which I'm pretty psyched for, and I get to go backstage. So if I do it and I get in with the promotion, then I'll get to meet loads of wrestlers that way.
With the Miz is he has the same type of story that Daniel Bryan has, just not as long on the independents.
Yeah,
he worked a little bit on the independents, but he kind of got an offer right away because of that Tough Enough contest.
Yeah.
And he's held on to his spot through scratching and clawing and trying to figure out something that worked. And, I mean, I remember when he had the thing with John Morrison.
That was awesome.
At first people didn't like it, though.
Right.
And then once it started clicking, that's when you finally saw his career start to take off. And I like how his character has evolved over the years, and he continues to. It's like Jericho type situation.
Yeah.
I was
going to say he reminds me a lot of Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just really high on the Miz, and I really hope he doesn't lose the belt.
He can cut. He's going to lose it.
He's going to lose it.
Apollo Crews is going to win it, and then Baron Corbin's going to take it, and then Corbin's taking it from Crews.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That's how it's going to play out, and I'm really high on Corbin. I think he's very talented.
Maybe the Miz can do a bid for the world title as soon as he loses the belt, because he's been holding on to that belt for what? 6 months?
120 odd days, yeah. So maybe he could. And like I said, like if you want to put someone in the title picture, but don't have to give them the belt, Miz is the guy. If you want for a mid-card belt, like the Intercontinental or the US title, and you want someone to build that up so that you can have a face, a not well-known face like Cruz or someone like that to take a belt, then you use the Miz.
The Miz.
Well, and I also we've talked about this in the past when the Miz was world champ.
Yeah.
That 5 months he was world champ.
Yeah.
Was the highest rating segments for a heel champion within like an 8-year span.
Yeah, we had
on TV.
He had more. WWE Raw had higher ratings then than when CM Punk was champ.
Yep. The whole CM Punk tenure is as the Miz had champion, which that blows my mind because CM Punk is one of the best in the world. But the Miz was so good as a heel.
He was. He is.
Yeah, he is. That the people got sucked into wanting him to lose.
You can't even put it down to the fact that he had feuds with Cena and stuff, because Punk had The Rock and Cena.
Yeah, right. Well, and then he had a feud with Jerry Lawler, which was one of the highest rated segments, against a freaking Hall of Famer that's 40 years past his prime. Not 40, right? 15 years past his prime, and he's pulling in 8.2s on the rating scale, while CM Punk facing Taker was pulling in for the Raws was pulling in a 3.6, and you're thinking, how is the Miz double what CM Punk is? It's people wanted to watch him lose. That's what it was.
He was that good of a heel, and that's what people don't realize with heels. If you can get people invested to hate you the way that him and Triple H has done, you're doing your job crazily well.
Definitely. He deserves another world title.
I think he deserves one more before the end of his career. He deserves to be a 2-time champion.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
they don't want that. He's a multiple United States and Intercontinental and Tag Champ, so why not give him another one? He deserves it. He's paid his dues, so.
Well, he's also one of those ambassadors for WWE. Whenever there's a movie that needs to be made, WWE goes to him, like Cena. Whenever they need to make an appearance somewhere, the Miz is there with Cena.
Yep.
So Miz is doing all the same shit Cena's doing. Just Cena is the top dog.
He does so much promo and so much media work. That dude is a beast. I've seen him. Where was it, in DC? He'll jump from show to show to show. The dude he's a monster when it comes to media work.
Yep. But I mean, he's been used to that since he was 16. The real world really rocketed him.
He's reliable. I think as far as the business, he's so reliable.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about his character, he is the business. That's why we said that he's kind of like Jericho.
Yep.
100%.
Okay, we'll move on from this Miz Love Fest we got going on. So, I think I want to do a podcast just, get 4 of us in here and just talk wrestling, what we feel, not doing a Raw or Smackdown recap, but just shoot the shit for a few hours.
I'm down for
I think that would be fun.
As long as I'm not there with Quinn, so he's not talking about The Undertaker, because I will literally go to his house and fight him.
Well, I think I might want to get him in just for that fact. Makes a good podcast.
Are you a Taker fan, Kanisha?
I love Mark with everything that I have in me.
We're gonna disagree then.
He's on the Quinn side. I'm on your side. Mark was the business.
I'm on the fence.
I have stood on my own against all 4 of the boys in a car, traveling up and down the road, as they rag on me about Taker, and I held it down by myself. I don't care.
Nice.
I'm probably not as bad as LeQuinn, but...
Oh, God, he's the worst. I hate him.
Much love, LeQuinn.
Yeah. Whatever.
Alright, so we move on. Becky versus Eva. The fuck?
What the fuck?
It's fun.
Dude, I honestly though, because of how obnoxious it is, I love her entrance. Because of how just stupid obnoxious it is.
No,
bullshit. It makes you hate her, and I think that's
just
the point.
I can't fucking stand her.
It's the point, Simon. You're supposed to hate this bitch, dude.
But she can't
but
wrestle.
The thing is,
she hasn't
that's what bothers me. She's not a... This is why I hate the Bellas also. They don't want to be wrestlers. They just want to be seen. So you have a female like me who loves this business.
I disagree I disagree with the Bella statement.
No, they didn't want to be wrestlers. They wanted to be seen at first because they were models at first. They didn't want to be wrestlers.
No, they didn't. But when they did get into the business, especially Nikki.
I still hate. Yeah, whatever. But I can't give them anything.
So they came in as models, and then they eventually learned what it took to actually be a wrestler. But Eva doesn't seem like.
She should just drop out of the WWE and go be a fucking porn star.
I will subscribe to that right now.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But she...
I already have an account. Just join.
So yeah, that was a the fuck moment.
It was a the fuck moment. Like, seriously, WWE, what are you doing? Please, she's gonna... People hate her more than Roman Reigns, and that's fucking saying something.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. Like, I've got no... The only compliment I can give her is that she's fucking hot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same thing with Roman.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah.
From the girl aspect, yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. And then we have the backstage segment with Carmella and Natty. Natty pretty much saying that she'll...
I can't stand Natty. She's got no personality.
I dig Carmella though, so this might be something
Carmella
good
as well. Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out.
I didn't like Carmella in NXT.
You didn't like her in NXT?
I've never been a fan of Carmella, and the boys know that. And it's I have a hard time with the ghetto Jersey girl character.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's clean on the mic like Enzo is. Like, I think she learned a lot from Enzo.
She did. I mean, I give her props. I'm just not gonna buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, gotcha. So we move on.
I'll buy a picture.
Yeah, buy a picture. $5. There you go. Vaudevillains versus American Alpha.
Now
the crowd was so dead for this match.
Why?
It's that crowd.
It's the fucking crowd.
It just proves how many people don't watch NXT.
Yep.
And it sucks.
It does suck.
It
Why
hurts.
don't these matches with American Alphas and Revival and Enzo and Cass were so good. Like, I have never ever in my life been so high on a tag team as I am with American Alphas. Ever.
But, okay, so they come in, they have their match. Vaudevillains look like they're kind of in burial mode because Gotch's little fight he had backstage.
And Vince just doesn't like their gimmick.
Yeah. The finisher, that tag team finisher.
Yeah.
Into the fucking pen.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That was so clean.
They do it. Everything they do is perfect.
And it has a lot to do with that amateur background. I keep telling people.
It does.
I keep telling people those boys are wrestlers. Like, those are wrestlers right there.
That's why Ziggler's so good.
Yeah.
Because of his...
People forget that he has that amateur background.
Because of his Kent State. And let's just say now, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure one of his records still stands.
Yep. Yeah, I think he has the fastest pin in Kent State history.
Yeah.
Yep. It still stands. It's like 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, and he this is the thing, and Gable is an Olympian. He got injured. That's why he didn't win. And he would have won. But
it would have been a Kurt Angle type situation.
But you can't say that because Kurt Angle won a gold with a broken neck.
Yeah.
So
right. With a freaking broken neck. I have to say the whole thing.
Yeah, freaking broken neck.
Okay, so here's playing devil's advocate on everything.
Why you gotta do that?
If they eventually break up, who's gonna get the push?
Jordan.
Jordan, because he's bigger.
Yeah.
You think so? Even I don't think he's as good on the mic as Gable though.
He doesn't need to be.
Right.
I guess that proves the Roman Reigns effect. You don't need to be great on the mic, right?
Yeah, it's because of his size and
he's a big guy. He has the look.
Yeah.
And he's amazing in the ring.
I don't know. They could turn Gable into an Angle though.
But I think, you know what? If they were to split them, it could honestly go either way.
It could.
Because they're that damn good.
They are.
And they both have the look, but completely different looks.
Yeah.
Because you could do the whole Daniel Bryan thing, Kurt Angle thing with Gable.
The only thing I can think, before Jordan and Gable got together, Jordan wasn't as confident. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was good.
And it wasn't until Gable came in. Gable's like, dude, you're pairing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was with Ty Dillinger, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. And it didn't work for either of them.
Yeah, it was really weird. I mean, because that was just a weird pairing. But I think Gable and Jordan, that chemistry boosts not just Jordan's confidence, it boosts Gable's too. Like, they play so well off of each other. So putting them together, sets them both up for amazing single careers later. Or they could very well be like the damn Dudleys and stay together forever.
I don't want to see that, though, because I eventually want to see a solo career from both of them. I would say give them 2-year run, make them win the tag titles like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Then break them.
I want to see Jason versus Shelton Benjamin.
Oh my god, dude! Everybody wants to see that. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Gable with Shelton. Cause
I want to see Jason. You know why I want to see Jason.
But Jason versus Shelton is athletic man versus athletic man. It's the same person.
Yes.
If you have Shelton versus Gable, it's mat technician versus athletic man. So it's a different. I would like that a little better than Jordan Shelton. Even though I still want to see it.
As much as I do want to see it, I really hope they don't put Shelton and Angle together against the Alphas.
Oh my god. I would mark
it. But if it happens, like, let them do it one time. Just
one time. Yeah.
The match itself could probably be the greatest tag match ever.
I've been reading rumor mills like crazy, and Kurt Angle did sign I think he signed a contract to get the name back on the WWE Network and everything, right? And that's why he was able to use his music at that house show.
Okay.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
But, hold on, Lee just messaged me.
Well, there he goes.
Okay.
Hi, stranger.
So, yeah, I would like to see it, and the fact Angle, if he does come back, I would like to see it one time, and then that's it. And then him manage the Alphas.
I agree. I've been saying that since NXT. I've definitely been saying that.
I want him to manage the Alphas.
One of the rumor mills going around, though, is they want to set up a Survivor Series match and have those 4 together against like a different pairing of like heels.
Why would you put anyone in that match to get squashed?
But you could make it work with the Wyatts, for instance.
You couldn't have anybody,
and you have like Harper back.
Anybody legitimately beat them
they are all that damn fucking good. The only way you could do that is if you put together like Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Finn Balor. You know what I'm saying? Like a random ass team.
Yeah. Because no one else in the you could put the Wyatts in there, but they're not that good. They're not. Those 4 men are so fucking good that you'd have to have like Ricochet, Will Ospreay. Like you'd have to have those guys in that ring with them. Seth Rollins, Ricochet, Will Ospreay, and somebody else. Sami Zayn.
Man. Shut your face. I'm getting excited about that. Why would you do anything?
Ricochet's gonna be a beast when he comes over.
Yeah, if they let him do what he can do.
I honestly wouldn't mind him having the Prince Puma gimmick if they can get the rights from Lucha, like buy out the rights for it, because he's amazing as Prince Puma.
I kind of want Ricochet. I kind of want him against Finn.
Either will do me.
I want him against Finn. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want everybody to...
Well, a little off topic, but did you watch Lucha or Ultima Lucha Dos?
No.
Okay, so it's kind of their WrestleMania for Lucha Underground. And him and Rey Mysterio put on one of the best matches I've ever seen. It rivaled Taker and Shawn. Dude, it literally was that good in my eyes.
You telling me those names, I can already imagine. I have to go find it.
Yeah, go and just watch Ultima Lucha Dos. It's a total of 3 hours. It was 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And all the matches on there were just premium. John Morrison was in a match on there. He had a really good match. So they had a good WrestleMania for them.
I can imagine. Just with that match alone, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on SmackDown to the AJ Cena promo segment. And they start out showing
AJ such a bitch.
They started out with Cena Teen Choice, showing what he was doing at the Teen Choice, which was pretty cool. I wish I would have watched it now.
I know. Okay.
But I watched the ESPYs, and he absolutely killed it at the ESPYs. I thought he did an amazing job. So I like watching him host.
Yeah.
But it comes out, AJ starts the promo off, and instantly, as soon as he mentions Cena's name, Cena comes down the ramp. Yeah. And when Cena starts talking, and he says, these crowds come out here and they'll make up songs for me, and then they'll start chanting, "Let's go Cena," and then AJ pops in and says, "Cena sucks."
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good moment for AJ, but then the crowd started chanting, "Let's go Cena, AJ sucks."
Yeah.
They started saying, "Let's go Cena, AJ sucks." And I was like, what the hell, dude? This is AJ Styles. Everybody's popping for this guy. I didn't see that coming. It kind of flabbergasted me. So.
That's all I got to say.
That's all you got to say?
That's all I got to say. I don't like AJ as a heel. I really don't. He can't cut a promo. A good enough promo to be a heel.
I don't think... Yeah, his promo work wasn't what it used to be back in TNA.
I don't know if that's because he hasn't got so much free reign, or because Cena's just that good. I don't know. There's just something in the ring. Those two have got great chemistry. I just don't know what it is about the promo between them. Cena can cut a promo with anybody, on his own, with whoever, but for some reason AJ just can't seem to get it together in a promo with Cena.
Yeah, it's just that damn good on the mic.
I think Cena says shit because Cena has free reign. I think Cena has been saying stuff that has been making him hiccup in the ring, and he can't recover on the mic. So he has to just let his wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, which don't get me wrong, he is probably the most gifted wrestler in the world, and I will argue day and night that he is probably the best in the world right now, and probably has been for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I would agree on that, but then you got the flip side. Cena's been the best on the mic and is the best on the mic for the last. I mean, next to CM Punk. I think Cena's one of the top mic workers since he's come in.
Definitely. And I like that Cena seems to have got a little bit of attitude back. When he's talking about the WWE universe and he's getting his
fired up.
Yeah. Obviously that's still the same, but before that he's getting a little bit of his street back.
Yep. Which I absolutely like
love. Because in the Ruthless Aggression, I watched a segment the other day between him and Stephanie, and where he slapped her ass. Yeah, where he slapped her ass, and that was like the scene of theirs. It was perfect. Like everything he said was brilliant, and he's not getting the rhyming thing back, but he's getting that kind of street attitude back, which is great.
Yeah.
But
it was a great segment.
It was. AJ's just missing something in his promo. And like I say, I don't know if it's just because Cena's that good, and when Cena goes off and he just shoots, like, I don't know, AJ gets a little bit sidetracked and can't pull back and go on a level the same, because he seemed to repeat himself a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with Finn, though, because they're both from, that whole Japan area, and it's not really a lot of promos or verbal promos.
No, but in TNA, AJ's promos were gold.
Yeah.
But TNA was such a small product.
But I don't know if that's again because in TNA he could just say what the fuck he liked.
Oh yeah, true that.
So
there is. I want to pinpoint out something I heard during this segment, and it was Otunga's voice, and it does not fit well on that announce team. I just want to pinpoint that out.
fit well on the roster. Fit well.
I was like, every time he talks and he gets the segments to put them over into break, and I do not like him on the mic. I'm just throwing that out there. So
I agree, buddy.
So we'll move on from the Cena AJ promo. We had Randy Orton versus Fandango.
Fandango is not as bad as people may think.
No, he's not, dude. He beat Jericho on his first night.
Yeah, and then they fucked it up.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. They give him these shitty gimmicks, and these jokey gimmicks, and people forget that they're like Tyler Breeze.
Yep. Tyler Breeze is so fucking gifted.
That's why. If you listen to some of our stuff in the past, we're getting a little bit more high on this Breezango thing.
When it first came
just
out,
for the fact
when it first came out,
we were shitting on it.
I
was
just like, what the fuck is this shit?
But it's starting to get.
It's growing.
You start to realize these two together can do some good work.
Yeah, they can.
So
yeah. They just have that Zoolander, character gimmick, which is cool. It works for them. I think they're probably the only two that can really pull that off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it works. It works so well because they are so good in the ring.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tyler Breeze can cut a promo.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna throw it out there.
Goes.
So we have said this, and I've mentioned this to you, Simon, and to Lee too. They need to do with Breezango what WWE did with the Rockers back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And make them split eventually, and have Breeze be the Shawn Michaels in the situation, and Fandango be the Marty Jannetty in the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, that would be absolutely amazing. And if they played this off right, they can make Breezango into a perennial competitor for the world title.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm here for it.
they have to do it right though. That's the thing. WWE has to do it the right way, and if they don't do it the right way, they're gonna fuck it up
again.
I was about to say, we're giving it too much credit again, guys.
Dude, they need to book fans. Honestly, they need to book fans to book the shows.
Yeah.
Let us be the general manager, the anonymous general manager.
There you go.
Definitely.
That was crap.
So, then we move on. Lesnar comes down, and Orton wins via DQ because Lesnar gets in, quickly F5s him, and just kind of laughs and walks away.
I thought they could have maybe done a bit more with Lesnar, like beat up a few security guards.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going.
Or when they were walking through the backstage and parking lot, I thought Orton was going to come out of nowhere and hit him.
Same here.
Yeah, but it didn't happen. And then
they just kind of let that fizzle.
They had the bit with the bit with the trainer. Or was that at the end?
That was at the end. Yeah. And then so then we move on to the next segment. Heath Slater, and he's talking to Shane. Yeah. Or was it Shane or Daniel? It was Daniel.
It was Daniel.
Yeah. It was Daniel. And Rhino again
hits him
out of nowhere.
With the gore.
And so we have a match next week. Heath Slater versus Rhino. And if Heath Slater wins, he gets a contract.
Can you see Rhino putting him over?
Maybe.
Well, here's the thing. Rhino just won a primary vote for, because he's in politics.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they may let him over, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
So that could happen.
Maybe
it's a stretch, but it could happen.
Yeah, could happen. Then we get this next shit segment. Carmella comes out and she just gets her ass whooped by Natty.
Fed up with Natty. I just don't like her.
It's the bun, dude. That shit on top of her fucking hair, bro. I can't get over that. And I watch it with my wife, and my wife is like, she is fucking ugly with that little bun up top.
Yeah, I hate the bun.
Yeah.
I've said it before. Like she's not terrible in the ring. She's very clean, very smooth. It's just her personality. She's got the personality of a fucking gnat.
What's that all the trolls have been saying? Vanilla midget?
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. New name.
That's what all the trolls have been saying. That's honestly, dude. She's a little short shit. She's just vanilla.
She's not the Queen of Hearts at all.
No, but she is excellent in the ring, though.
She is good.
I wouldn't say excellent. I would say very good.
I think she's good. She's a good mat wrestler. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not sold. Obviously, we're not sold on what's going on with her.
I don't know if it's just because I don't like her as a heel. I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, I think with her, I think she's probably her time is passing, and has she had the belt yet?
Once, I think.
Yeah, once the Divas title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And it was when it was on SmackDown.
Yeah, so that really doesn't count. So I think, yeah, she's winding down. So maybe give her the women's champion, the SmackDown Women's Championship once, and just let her ship sail, because I think I'm over it.
I'm over her. She's one of these wrestlers that she had her time 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
But she's tried to keep herself relevant, and it just doesn't work.
I will say the new outfits that she had been wearing for a while, kind of sexy.
Her outfits are sexy. I just don't like her boots.
And the bun. Don't forget the bun. We hate the bun.
Yeah. So we'll move on from this. Main event: Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler.
Classic match.
Good match.
Yeah, really, really good match. Say this again: Dolph Ziggler is the best seller in the business. He could fucking sell anything.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt hit that Sambo suplex thing, or the Sambo little slam thing he does, the rock bottom without actually going down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ziggler got so high up that it looked like that was like a finisher.
Yeah. I love that move from Bray. I swear, every time he does it, it looks so powerful.
Yep.
I love that move for him.
We're so real. Yeah, we are all sold on Bray. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the match was solid, and it ends with Ziggler winning, and then
after he did something very heelish.
Oh yeah, he slammed his head into the turnbuckle, but Bray did take off the turnbuckle.
No, he didn't. Bray went to take it off.
Ziggler do that?
But Bray went to take it off. The ref stopped him. Ziggler took it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's doing anything to win.
He did anything to win, but he had that after the match, and he got up on the ropes. That fire he had then. Where's that been for the last 5 years?
Exactly.
Well, he's been buried up under John Cena for what he did with Nikki, so that's what that's been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true.
We forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Even for Bray losing, the end of the show ends with him being extremely strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Rowan take out the champ and the number one contender.
Yeah.
And just leave them in a pile.
Which I thought
that was freaking awesome.
Great booking.
Yep.
Even though he lost the match and he's not in the title picture right now, the fact that they took out both the champ and the number one contender, you can automatically, even though he lost the match, you can automatically put him straight into the title if whoever wins.
Absolutely. You can't lose with Bray. As long as you have him somewhere, it's no way to really lose with Bray. You know what I mean?
I think he needs a belt. He needs a belt.
Yeah.
He needs the world title.
Even if
just
once.
Shoot, give him the cruiserweight belt for all I give a damn. Just give him something.
Can't really give him the cruiserweight belt.
I know, but just something to make me feel happy.
He just needs something, and I think the world title, now that it's on SmackDown, and he's gonna get that opportunity because he's not lost in any sort of shuffle. He is the top heel on the brand. So.
You know what? But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Bray, and I'll leave this alone. As much as they're trying to make him heel, nobody hates Bray Wyatt.
No.
You know what I mean? He's just freaking great. Just give him something.
He's just perfect.
I love everything about him. Y'all don't know. After I met him in Dallas, I've been in love with Bray Wyatt. Like, I already liked him, but he just kind of like sent me over the edge when I met him.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this guy.
The ending of that show was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I loved it. So I voted SmackDown 3.75. I had them losing to Raw by a quarter.
I've got it the other way.
You have 3.75 in favor of SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then what'd you give SmackDown, Kanisha?
3.5, only like I said because of the Eva crap.
I just blocked that out and pretended it never happened.
So based off of our three-way vote we got going on here, pretty much Raw won by a quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Which is a lot better than last week. Because SmackDown lost severely last week.
Yeah. I think with the new production on SmackDown's going to work.
I think it's going to work too. I like the camera angles and how they're they'll spin as the match is going on.
I was going to say this about the camera angles, guys, though. With SmackDown, these camera angles, you can hear them talking to each other more.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the problem that I have.
That's because of all those stupid phone mics.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that I'm going to see as a problem. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise. I'm trying to get my dog in the house.
Oh, it's all good. So next week we get Sir James Ellsworth,
the Lord Commander, Intergalactic Universal Champion, Sir James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
After our hot date.
Butter him up, Kanisha.
You know I got this. Have joined our group and everything.
But yeah, so I'm super excited.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, guys, if there's anyone you've got any questions that you want to ask him, on a serious note, obviously we'll have some fun and everything, but on a serious note, we're obviously gonna break things down a little bit differently, and shoot some questions.
Well, I think we're probably not gonna do the Raw versus SmackDown recap till the next day. I think we're just gonna podcast with him.
Yeah, definitely. So
and just talk about wrestling and ask him questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. So if you do have any questions, just write in the comments. Anything you've got, post in the Facebook group, let us know that way, or private message us, and we'll get as many questions asked as possible. Serious questions though, no bullshit, guys, because obviously
he's a guest.
So
I mean, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with him, but it's he's coming on here as like
a star.
He doesn't have to come on here.
Exactly.
It's a favor. It's my future husband, so we have to treat him right.
With that, this is a pretty good podcast. Thank you, Kanisha, for coming on.
Always, sirs. Thank you so much for having me.
That's not.
Just let me know when you need me again. I'll be there.
Anytime.
You and LaQuinn are like kind of go-to people now as backups. So.
Because they're awesome.
Yep. With that, good podcast, guys. TKE out.
Yep. Peace, guys.
Bye.